All my future business owners and future franchisees, you want to own a business. You want to buy that franchise. You want to buy that Popeyes. You want to buy that McDonald's, but you got $0 to your name. Well, you might have 100, you might have 1,000. Either way, that's not enough. This video is for you. I'm going to break down how you can buy that business, buy that franchise with little to no money. No fluff, no fairy tales, no sugarcoating, no BS. Straight facts. I got you. The first thing you need to do is you need to fix your mindset. Stop walking around, moping around, talking about how broke you are. All you do is cry and whine and complain about you're broke and you'll never be able to accomplish this. You're not broke. You're just underinformed. It's a big difference. Broke is a mindset. If you got time, connections, hustle, a grind, and you got a story to tell, that's all the currency you need. Currency ain't always about the actual cash. A lot of times it's about what you bring to the table. So shift that mindset from I don't have any money to what value can I bring to you? What value can I bring to the table? It actually matters. So now that we got the mindset right, you need to find a partner with the bag. You don't need the money if you really know how to work and bust your... For real though, you don't need the money if you really got that work ethic. If you really got that dog in you, then you good. That's what you call sweat equity. I know a few people that own a franchise right now and they didn't have any money starting out. What they did was they found somebody that had the money to put up, but they put in all the work for them. You split that profit 50-50, both people win. You're in the franchise game and the person with this money, they're making more money because their mind is all about making money. You see where I'm going with this? So what you need to do is you need to find somebody that really has that bag like that. And when you approach them, first off, make sure your game is on point. Make sure you have a business plan. Make sure you're dressed right. And when you approach them, make it count because you might only get one shot. But here's how you need to play it. You need to basically say in so many words, bruh, you need to just put up the money. Let me run it. I got all this experience. Speaking of experience, we're going to get to that in a minute. But tell them, I got all this experience. You got the bag. Bro, don't you want to make more money? So let me run this, bro. I got this. I promise you it's going to make this money. Here's the data that I got to back this up. All you need to do is invest, and I got it from here. I'll manage it. You don't have to lift a finger. Think about that. That's how you turn someone else's money into your business. That's what you call leverage. You gotta work your way in. Speaking of working your way in, let's say you don't have any connections and you don't have any money. I still got a solution for you. If there's a business that you want to own, or if say franchise that you want to own, what do you think would be the smart thing to do? I can give you a few. Hop on LinkedIn, find people that are business owners or franchise owners, message them, talk to them. A lot of times these rich people, they have this money and they have this great life and all they want to do is brag about it. Go out and drink some coffee at Starbucks with them. Let them talk your ear off about all their success stories, about their beach house in LA. Let them talk and just soak in that information in. You might be messing around and having another business partner. That franchise or business that you want to own, go work for them. You don't have the connections, you don't have the money. What better way to know the whole business in and out by working for the company? By the way, that's what I did for Smoothie King. Before I owned 4 locations, I was working directly for corporate. So I knew the ins and outs of the whole business and I made a lot of connections. And now look at your boy, he an owner. Once you get that job and you are doing well, go to that owner and say, look, I know you're expanding. Let me manage this next one. Let me work my way into ownership at some point. It's all about communication. There are so many franchise owners that just paid their dues and worked their way into the system to where the owner might be getting ready to retire. He might want to cut back. What better person to take ownership into this than someone that he trusts and already knows the system? That's how you get in with $0. Look, you'll be surprised at how many franchise owners are looking for somebody to make their life easier. There are so many business owners that don't want to be in their business. So if you want to be a future CDL owner, you want to be a CDL driver, you want your own truck, work for an owner that already has a few. So we got a few of those things out the way. Another thing we need to learn is how to use other people's money. Think about the rich. The rich stay rich because they're using other people's money. You got to learn how to do it too. There are so many ways that you can be financed into your own location. Let me put you up on game a little bit more. If you want to buy a franchise, there's something called franchise financing, which means a lot of these companies will do the financing right there for you. And if you own a business, or you want to own a business, I should say, there's so many avenues to get funding. The old school traditional way of going to the bank and thinking they're just going to give you some money because of who you are, it don't work that way. They land on plans. So you need to have a plan before you're even approaching the bank. Say you have a solid plan and you work for a business or a franchise with a very strong record. You think the bank wouldn't want to take that opportunity to invest in that? Especially when it comes to SBA loans. This is another video for another day, but really do your research on SBA loans. They are perfect for startup businesses. They're perfect if you want to get into the franchise game. They are government backed, but they are extensive and they are a little bit complicated, but they're a lot more friendlier, especially if you don't have that money. One of the biggest issues I think people have is they try to start all the way at the top. Why are you trying to own a McDonald's and you don't have any money when you can get a franchise that costs $1,000? You can get a franchise that costs $5,000. You got to be smart. Sometimes you got to work your way up. Let me break it down a little bit more for you. Here's a few examples of some things that you can own that don't cost a lot of money, but you gotta have that dog in you. You gotta be able to grind. A vending machine business. Why are you not taking advantage of this? A mobile car detailing business. Why are you not taking advantage? You can do waste service. There's so many things that might not be the sexiest thing, but you gotta start from somewhere. You're running that business or you're running that cheap franchise and you're just stacking. But what you're also doing is you can go back to the bank and show them, I ran this franchise, I ran this business, I ran this. That's building trust with the bank. Don't you think that if you had $1 million and it was up to you to loan it out to somebody, wouldn't you want to invest it into somebody that you trust, somebody that has shown you proven results? So don't be afraid to start small. Small can turn big real quick. The number one thing that should have been at the top of the list, but sometimes you got to save the best for last. Make people believe in you. If you don't believe in you, who else is going to believe in you? A lot of times, opportunities isn't about cash. It isn't about what you drive. It isn't about the clothes you wear. It's about, do they believe in you? There are so many opportunities, so many that are given to people that are believed in. But why would somebody give you the opportunity if you don't even believe in yourself? Why would they give you the opportunity if you don't even show up to work on time? You don't even dress nice. You don't even speak properly. You got to get yourself together before you try to be a boss. Do your homework. Know your numbers. Be undeniable. Before you really try to step into this ring, I call this the big boy game because this is big boy business. You got to know your stuff. This is a grown man business, as they say. So get to it. Start studying. You're not going to become this successful millionaire overnight if you're not on top of your game. You can be a franchise owner with $0, but it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to really pay it off with sweat equity. You're going to have to be knowledgeable. You're going to have to network. You're going to have to invest your time into this. And remember, believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe in you. So look, I just gave you so much free game. So stop making excuses. Stop being jealous of everybody else. Get to work.